As Nicole stepped onto the stage at the University of the West Indies, her graduation day finally here, her mind began to wander. She thought back to when she was just 10 years old, sitting on her Aunt Jean's veranda, surrounded by orchids and the sweet, sweet sounds of reggae music. Aunt Jean's silver rings sparkled in the sunlight as she read from an old textbook. "Knowledge is power, Nicole," she said, her voice warm and comforting. "In this world, education is your strongest weapon." Those words echoed in Nicole's mind as she accepted her Business Administration Honours diploma. She felt proud, knowing she'd made her family and Aunt Jean proud. Growing up in the country, Nicole's brothers followed in their father's footsteps, working in construction or farming. But Nicole had other plans. She'd made up her mind that she wouldn't follow in her mother's footsteps. Thankfully, Aunt Jean saw something special in her, a spark waiting to be ignited. The journey wasn't easy, though. With 7 brothers, Nicole had to fight for attention and resources. But Aunt Jean was her rock, encouraging her to reach for the stars. Aunt Jean, a widow, had returned to Jamaica after living in the US with her late husband. She had no children of her own, so she spoiled Nicole, making sure she went to school and university. Now, standing on that stage, Nicole understood the true value of her aunt's belief in her. She knew she owed her success to Aunt Jean, who had seen her potential and nurtured it. After university, Nicole landed a job with an American company in Kingston. That job was more than just a paycheck. It was a testament to Aunt Jean's investment in her future. But after a few years, Nicole started feeling restless. The long commute, endless hours stuck in traffic, and the monotony of it all wore her down. She began questioning, was this all there was to life? Was this really the life she'd worked so hard for? The answer, she knew, was a resounding no. Something had to change, and Nicole was determined to make it happen. As the bus rattled and groaned along the winding back roads, Nicole's daydream shattered like glass, pierced by the sudden screams from the front of the bus. Chaos erupted. The bus screeched to a violent stop, sending passengers tumbling forward. Panic spread like wildfire. People screamed and scrambled toward the rear exit, shoving and stumbling in their haste. Nicole's heart pounded in her chest as if trying to escape. She gripped her handbag tightly, her knuckles white. Through the grimy, dust-smeared windows, she saw passengers throwing themselves into the dense, thorny brush that lined the road. She tried to rise from her seat, but a wave of bodies knocked her back down. Her pulse thundered in her ears as the driver's panicked voice boomed above the chaos. "Blockade ahead!" And then she saw them. A shadowy group emerged from the smoke, their figures obscured by the swirling haze. The glint of metal in their hands sent an icy shiver down her spine. Nicole froze. Her breath caught, trapped somewhere between a gasp and a scream. This wasn't just an accident. It was something far worse.